All right. Welcome to the IMU Board of Trustees meeting for April 13th, 2026. Call to order.
Hello. Selgrave.
Present.
White.
Present.
Smith.
Present.
Voights.
Yes.
Craven. Thank you.
All right. At this time, we are going to open up for public comment. Anyone wishing to speak should come to the lectern and state your name and address for the record. No one? Thank you. Need a first and second motion to approve the consent agenda. Motions?
So moved.
Second.
All right. Approval of claims, approval of minutes of the prior meetings, authorization of Warren County District to serve a customer within the territory upon proper notice to IMU since the customer is within 2 miles of the IMU territory located at 15532 Illinois Street. Resolution setting public hearing for telecommunications rate. Resolution setting public hearing for water rate. February financial report, comments from Michelle Sheridan or Doug Shaw. Sounds like Michelle's got to let Zach talk.
I prefer that Michelle do it, but she's lost her voice.
Go.
She wasn't screaming at me. Okay. Trustees, the report is for the 8 months ended February 28th of the good year of 2026. And that is 8 months, and that's like 67%, but we probably talked about this many and numerous times. The water and electric are seasonal, so if you were to try to apply that 67% ratio, probably it won't work. And the fiber, I think it's been kind of a, I guess maybe I describe it as a dream budget, because they just kind of, yeah, cover up his ears. But they kind of, it's just been amazing, and I think it's maybe ahead of 2 or 3 years or whatever as far as reducing the debt. And it's one of those things that at the time you might question, but it certainly worked out very well. But yeah, that, I mean, there's, I mean, all kinds of numbers, and I think we've talked about many of them over time, and the, you know, the gallons billed is off a couple percent from comparison, and the kilowatt hours are up very little, 0.5% or whatever, and then the subscriptions are up 5.2. But I think it's probably at this point okay.
I want to make it clear that we are not all dreaming about Kurt and his team.
On the record. All right. Any other discussion?
Thanks, Doug.
Thank you.
I actually don't have any questions on the financials. I thought they looked good.
Yeah,
Great.
I'm sure that surprises all of you.
Roll call.
Selgrave.
Yes.
White.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Voights.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
All right. So, electric utility action items. Need a first and second motion to approve resolution authorizing purchase of a Duralift bucket truck for the electric department. Motions.
So moved. Second.
Discussion.
Yeah, so the history behind this is we've got a truck in the budget for starting in July. But we've been looking at options out there, and we come across this demo unit that they have. It's got very low miles, low hours. The unit's hardly been used, even as a demo. It's set most of the time. So anyway, we looked at that. I haven't priced out what a new one would cost. That same truck would be about $10,000 more. And then we also went out and we looked at what other vendors would charge for a new truck, just kind of that same setup. They were closer to $265,000 to $270,000 for that. So, which is closer to what we had in the budget. We had it budgeted for $280,000. So we're looking at about 17% under budget. This truck would also, we just with this truck, we put it in the shop and use it for the crew, but we'd eliminate 2 bucket trucks out of this. We bought the, if you remember, we bought the meter, or not the meter, the locate vehicle here a while back to be able to get around. So that will eliminate one of the bucket trucks for that we used, which that truck had a little over 74,000 miles on it. And then we got a 1998 bucket truck. I'll date myself, I drove it brand new out to Indiana to drop it off to have it built. So, but it's got just a little over 11,000 engine hours on it. So it's definitely, we've got the good out of it. So otherwise, it's kind of, we're kind of like we've talked, we're kind of in that middle of, we got overhead, we got underground. This is just another step of get a good truck, but we're going to eliminate one of the bucket trucks out of the whole process. So my recommendation would be to purchase the demo unit from the Duralift one, and then also request the 2 adders of 3,000. Total of those is $3,709 for a total cost of $219,229.
So I completely trust you, what you're saying about the,
Yep.
Your comparisons that you did, but I'm really uncomfortable not having quotes and not getting, like, not doing a bid process. And,
Sure.
And having that in our, in the materials here and being
As a
able
matter of
to
record.
show the public,
Sure.
hey, we went out and got real bids for this, and this is the best price. I know you probably did that internally, but I'm really uncomfortable not being able to show that.
Yep, and here was the other reason why we wanted to move on this, and I'm fine, we can go do that, that's no problem. They're 12 to 15 months to get it out, so we'll miss the budget for next year probably to get that truck. So if
That's
we can
absolutely
do
a
that.
factor, yeah.
Yeah.
That should be a factor as well.
Yeah, but I can sure do that, and we can table it or bring it back to the next meeting, and
Will
if
this
I
still
can
be
get them back,
available?
I don't, what's that?
Would this truck be available?
Not guaranteed.
Oh.
This truck's for sale until somebody buys it. But I can definitely go back and,
Is there a way that we can fast track a bid process to get?
we'll be up to, how quickly we can get the manufacturers to turn around and get us those bids. And I could double check with a couple of those to see how quickly they could turn them around. I mean, I think we're meeting again on the 27th.
We are.
So, I mean, we could see what happens there, and that's 2 weeks away.
Do we have the bids from the last time we looked at these?
They were just quotes that we were given. I mean, that's where the budget number come from on the one. That's where we set the budget off of it. I don't disagree with what you're saying, and I was under the same deal, but it was a timing type of deal for me that it was for sale. And
Oh, what do you guys think?
I think this one time we should make an exception.
We are, what,
I mean, let it-
60,000 under,
we're 17% under budget.
yeah.
Well, just the time it will take if we do go with one of those other bids to get a truck will be another year out.
Yeah, they're 12,
And
yeah, 12 to 15
I'm
months.
fully expecting that we'll end up back here and deciding on this truck. I just,
It's more of a matter of procedure.
yeah.
Yep.
Can we approve with that they will, kind of defeats the purpose, but can we still get those quotes just for the matter of record?
Yeah, is there a way to, like, reserve this truck and say that we've,
Let's table it, and then let's try for the 27th, and I'll talk to the vendor.
do you wanna let Melissa talk?
Yes.
I was just gonna suggest, if you wanna do that, is there a way to ask them if they would accept a deposit to hold it? Will you go through that full process?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I talk to him, and I think if he thinks he's gonna I think we can work around it, I think he'd hold it. I don't know that they'd require a deposit, but I can.
Or
it can
even
always
if
be
you would
an
let you
option.
know if you get another offer on it,
Yeah,
could we act differently, and maybe as
Yep.
Melissa suggested, we could.
sure. No, I do some more follow-up on it. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we'll
Yeah.
end up here. I think
Yep.
this is a good deal. I support this. I think it's probably where we will end up. I just think we gotta
Nope, I'm good
do our
with
due
it.
diligence and put it in, document that this is.
Sure.
Well,
what it should be.
and I will offer up just some of my thought process again, why we wanted to fast track this. The other trucks that we're gonna quote and spec out are gonna be diesel trucks.
Is this gas?
And this is a gas,
And you guys want that?
Yeah,
Why is that?
don't have to worry about the depth and then the hours with them sitting at an idle.
how we use the truck, gas, I think is gonna be a better part of our experience.
Okay.
Diesels are good if you go out and drive them hot on the highway and burn out the diesel particulate filter. Our trucks never get 35 miles an hour. Then, they're not overworked, they're not hot, and idling excessively is very hard on diesels. We couldn't, I don't know that they make a non-diesel anymore, or.
The ones that we'll bid out, we'll have to bid them as a diesel. The other ones, manufacturers will come as a diesel, because that's their, it's kinda like this one's their cookie cutter ones that they build, just kind of a cookie cutter one, and they turn them out the door as like a spec.
So why do they do that? Why do they make the demos as the gas?
That's just what this manufacturer does, and that's what they build it as. It's just a preference how they put them together.
Demos probably don't ever get the road work like Chris just talked about it.
The what, I'm
The
sorry?
demos probably don't ever get the road work like Chris talked about.
They don't. And this one.
Which is less, it's not a problem with gas, the idling on a gas engine
Right.
isn't necessarily as hard on it, on the equipment and the
But if you're
emissions
using it as
equipment.
a demo for people, it's never gonna get the true need of what some of those on the road would need.
But yeah, I'm good. Bringing something back on the 27th. I'm sure I can get him to push back and I can try and get something from a couple other vendors by then.
So do we hold off voting on this tonight then?
Yeah, I think we,
That's fine.
if you guys are supportive of that, I would suggest we table it and come back on the 27th. Deb doesn't want to.
Well,
I don't want to either, but I understand the reason why.
I
and
understand the
think-
reasoning.
I think you're definitely correct.
I'm channeling
that
my-
doesn't go in the minutes.
Straight from the minutes, please.
It's not running
Channeling
after
Mike
tables the
Roscoe, too.
27th.
Mike Roscoe would have been all over this, so.
Yeah.
And that would have been the normal process.
Yeah.
But in the process of working through our normal process,
Yeah.
we happened upon this one, and it seemed significant
Yeah,
enough, that we
I
wanted to
don't
bring it
blame you.
forward.
It sounds like a great deal, and
And we could give them like a little bit of money to hold
I
it.
would be okay with that.
Okay. Yep, I'll reach out to him tomorrow.
Yeah, and Chris has got authority up to whatever dollar amount to
Yep.
give him a deposit, so.
Okay.
Oh, then we should be okay, I would
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we were gonna buy it with the expectation that it wouldn't, this was gonna be for next year's budget, and so we wouldn't take possession of it till 7/1 and all, around
Don't be
all of
greedy.
those.
And I know,
So, yeah, if there's if we can work something out, we will.
Yep, good, thank you.
Yep.
So with that, we don't vote.
Yeah,
Let's postpone until the next.
Postpone until the
Yeah,
next
you
meeting,
do need to, pick a date certain, so postpone
till
for a
April
decision.
27th.
Till April 27th.
Yep, so we'll postpone till April 27th to receive some quotes for
Additional
comparison.
information.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you.
With that, move on to electrical utility information items.
Yep, so the East Iowa Circuit Switcher project, that'll be in next week, Wednesday. We did have the controls engineer from Wisconsin. He was started down there today to do some prelim work for the contractor. We got crews working on Wesley Life Townhomes project, the Indianola precast project. We've completed the Spruce Street Townhomes project. And then last week on Wednesday, we lost a transmission pole on the Patterson line west of the interstate. We were able to
From
get.
wind?
Yeah, from wind. Broke it off about 4 feet above the ground. And then we were able to get that fixed on Thursday. If you remember, the rain come in, and we'll probably have a little bit of restoration on that field when it dries up to get out of there. But so yeah, other than that, just normal projects going on first time here.
All right. Any questions, thoughts? All right. We'll go ahead and move on to utility action items. Resolution adopting mutual aid and assistance agreement. Motions,
So moved.
Second.
discussion?
Yeah, so this was brought up. I was reviewing our emergency response plan that has to be submitted to the EPA every 5 years, not submitted, recertified every 5 years, and I was just kind of looking for more resources that were out there. So I came across it's through the Iowa section of AWWA, and it's called the Iowa Wastewater Agency Response Network, and it basically just gives us more resources if needed. It's kind of the step below, like if it was a disaster where it was government or by the government. So it's kind of that step below that. Provides access to statewide resources. There's absolutely no obligation to this. So if a different utility or a city would reach out, they could ask for help. But if we deem that it wasn't, feasible or going to work, there's no obligation to this. So it's more or less personnel, equipment, materials. So we could benefit from other communities or as well help out other communities.
So what type of event might occur that either we would provide assistance to another community or we would ask for assistance?
It could be, you say Martinsville has a big break or something and they don't have...
Like a main break?
Main break, yep,
Okay.
and they just need a backhoe or some parts or a guy or two, or I hate even talking about anything, but if for some reason we lost a tower and we lost pressure and we had to do say 40 bacteria samples, we could reach out to different communities because obviously we'd be pretty strapped with our crew, so then we could outsource some of those sampling and stuff like that to get things moving.
Yeah, and I mean, there are, I don't know, I struggle how much description I'm gonna have because I'm not wishing it upon them. There's certain, hydraulic events, water rushing, where you can create kind of a wall of water that does 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 main breaks all at once, like because of the percussive nature of that. We've got one crew, and if there was 8 main breaks in a section of pipe because something went wrong, certainly our crew would be concentrating on one and working back, but it'd be an event where we could have other crews, and these are they're pre-negotiated rates and their agreements on who's going to be responsible for materials and when they're due, and there are lots of the administrative discussion behind how is this going to work, just gone out of the way, and agreeing that we'll cover these folks' work comp if there is a work comp injury. Lots of reasons to do it. And obviously Justin and I would be the ones making the call if this was a need beyond ours, and you guys would probably know about that at that point, and bringing in other crews and the risk that's involved. We'd be willing or know in advance how things are going to work, and that's the advantage of having this done now instead of after the disaster.
So it's just really, you're building a community on whoever agrees to this agreement.
Yeah, so this agreement it's been out since 2000, and again, I just doing some research got into it, and so it really helps build the portfolio. I do know a lot of contacts of the different communities, but it gets to some of the bigger ones like the Ames, the Ankeny, and stuff like that. So if we ever
That's where I was going, it gives you access to anybody who's participating in this program.
Yep, yeah.
So very similar to like an electrical one.
Yeah,
I think it's similar to, IAMU just doesn't offer the, mutual aid for the water, wastewater. They are one of the supporters of the Iowa AWWA, but they don't really offer the mutual aid for water, wastewater.
Cause is this structured similar to the electric side? Cause the electric, I mean, we participate in something similar to this on the electric side, don't we, Mike?
We do. We both through IAMU and then through APPA in Maine.
Yeah,
I think it makes sense.
It's a good find.
definitely makes sense.
All right. Roll call.
Celebrate.
Yes.
White? Yes. Smith?
Yes.
Boyce?
Yes.
Thank you all.
Water utility informational items.
Yeah, so we're basically just normal springtime business starting out, locates, work orders, working with the contractors doing the developments. We were able to take advantage before the rain started to get all of our parkings completed, so the rain has helped us on that. We do have one more driveway to pour, which is going to be tomorrow, which has been juggling the rain and when to get it done. Update on some projects. Did have our started our bi-weekly meetings for the generator last Wednesday or Thursday, I believe. They are going to, weather permitting, start mobilizing this week to start some of the dirt work and ground prep. As of now, it doesn't sound like the generator will be till later this year, so they'll be pushing the October timeframe, just delivery and their schedule. Met with the roofing contractor. They plan to have the roof replaced by the end of this month, so again, weather permitting, but that is the target on that. North 6th Street Place, did meet with the contractor last week, I believe, as well. Right now, they are projecting the middle of May to start on that. They're finishing up a project that they're working on now in Missouri, and feel it's best not to have to mobilize up here and then remob down there. So trying to get one project done before they get up here. And then lastly, just working with the contractor on finalizing the details for our clear well at the plant to get cleaned. It's kind of a specialized project just because they will scuba dive this because we can't take it out of service because it's our main tank to pump water uptown. So pretty specialized task, but we're working on it. So
I get claustrophobic just thinking about it.
Diving down.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah. It's 24 inches, it's plenty of room.
And then with North 6th Street, we've talked to the contractor. They're gonna have plenty of communication out there and coordination already prepped and prepared.
yes, yep, the engineer has the letters, everything's ready. It's just once I get to for sure go, we'll get those out as soon as we can and stay on top of it.
Excellent, great. All right, communications, utility informational items.
Yeah, I'll keep this short since I'm gonna be talking a lot here in a little bit, but temp drops are all in, so that's good. Got all those done before people started mowing, so that's always helpful. Making some progress on some MDU units. We were able to work with the contractor out the schoolyard development out there by the high school. We're actually gonna get fiber all the way into those units, so that'll be nice. So won't have to deal with cat cable or coax or anything like that, so.
Is that the building that's going on east of the high school?
Yeah, right east there, yep.
It's
So.
called the schoolyard?
Schoolyard, yes, was the name of the little developments there, so. Other than that, TV project continues forward. KG was out on vacation here last couple of weeks, so he's trying to burn up time early this year, so we've got him around come fall when we do the conversion, but everything's continuing to move forward on that, so it's slow, but we're making progress, so.
All right. Combined electric, water, and communication action items. Need a motion to approve updated administrative charge and aid in construction rate schedules. Motions?
Second.
Discussion?
All right, this is something we do annually. It's setting the rates for, you know, what we're gonna charge folks when it requires a backhoe and items like that. Mike and Justin keep a good handle on what those market rates are, and for all those electric developments, I can say we do these at the cheapest possible rates, and I think some of those, you look at those hourly usage fees, really, that should show our developers in the town how much we're willing to help them, because those are as cheap as they come. Most notably in there, as an update, is our credit card fee amendment, that we set that recommendation at 2%. So again, for everyone paying attention, come July 1st, if a customer chooses to pay with credit card, they will be assessed a 2% fee for that. I know Paul and Adam had questions about that previously. I will say, as we've looked at back over the last year, those monthly net fees varied way more than I would have expected. There is an opportunity here to review this. We'll commit to for a period of time, but I do think that we'll see a little bit of adverse selection relative to this, that people that are the cheapest and easiest cards to move over to ACH, but those with some of the higher rates might end up staying there. So we'll keep this for a period of time and continue to look at that, but there was quite a bit of variation, and I think those with the those highest fees may end up sticking around longer, when we set it at the 2% average. So we'll update you guys as how this progresses, as 2 and 3 months out, where this is, and make sure everyone is still comfortable with that 2%.
What's our communication plan on this?
I've talked with the city, and Aaron's got a couple of, formatted posts ready after the approval here. We wanted to wait on that. He's working on both a postcard concept that we can send to all the anybody that's currently using the credit cards, and just the idea and concept behind the credit cards is, if it came in a plain envelope just like your bill, you're probably going to ignore it like anything else, and we're hoping to get a little more attention drawn by sending a postcard to anybody that's currently scheduled to have automatic payments on their credit cards. That will also be in mailers as bill stuffers for the next couple of months and through July, as well as our social media outlets.
About your newsletter, it'd probably be good to put in there too.
It'll be included with the newsletter. We can probably, make reference to it. You'll get that, but it'll be printed and included. Those 8.5 by 11 will be full page kind of notices. It'll be included with the newsletter, and we can kind of make a second circular reference to the other page you got was, about this, to hopefully draw the most amount of attention.
So average cost is, like, do you know what over the last year, what?
The last year averaged 1.94%. But like I said, it surprised me how much it varied on a monthly basis.
Right, varied from, less than that to over.
Right, yeah, the range was much larger than I would have expected, but on average. Yep.
So with respect to the construction aid, or the contribution in aid of construction, do we compare that? I know you guys said you do market rate, like what Vanderpool might charge or anything, but do we do that comparison against other utilities as well as like Des Moines or anything like that that's close, that would be our competitors for why we do it less expensive to be fair to the contractors?
Yeah, I use contractors usually, mainly on theirs. We get annual bids from our contractors that we hire, like we just had Burns Electric out here doing that, and they send me rates every year, and so do the other vendors will send me what they're charging, and we go back and compare where we're at rate-wise.
But we're lower.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was just curious what other utilities are charging out there, just so, because we're lower, I understand why. I'm just curious, we're lower.
So some are different in how they do their aid and constructions.
Yeah.
So some of them, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there's enough obviously, IMU having electric is rare, at least in the area. Their pockets throughout towns are kind of in a little different situation. So we don't have any real like local comparisons because you'd be comparing to Mid-Am and how they do their things much differently. And likewise, some people are just have more follow the flat fee, and try to cover it with that.
But
we
we're
try to
covering
maintain
our cost at minimum, right?
Yeah,
So-
we try to just cover our costs, and that's kind of our billing philosophy behind it, which is somewhat unusual.
No, understandable.
Just a couple fees that I wanted to ask a question on. So there's a permanent electric meter residential and a permanent electric meter commercial. The residential went from 100 to 150 and the commercial went from 200 to 300. What,
The new AMI
AMI
meters.
meters.
is that
Yeah.
why that?
Yeah, they just cost more. They went up from just under 100 to just under, 150 and.
That's kind of what I assumed. I want to check that. And then the other one is probably also related. It's AMI meter opt-out fee per month. What do you mean? Like you can opt out of that?
There are some people that don't like the AMI meter concept, and when they do, this was kind of just a recommended procedure. If people are gonna fight you for a meter and not want those AMI meters in there.
Because you're taking a reading of something that's inside their house. Is that what the issue is?
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of, is this meter spying on me type of concerns.
Yeah.
And so, not necessarily in Iowa is it a problem, but it has been in other states
Okay.
where people guard their electric meter with shotguns. You're not gonna change my, out kind of thing. It's funny, but it has happened. And if we run into that, so we're hoping never to charge this fee.
Yeah. Okay.
But if we run into somebody that is dead set that they're not gonna have one of these new AMI meters on their house, that would require manual reading and we're putting that fee on there. If we've got a customer could potentially argue the point, and if they're not gonna let us change their meter out, we're gonna have to manually read it.
Yep.
Special circumstances, that fee is there to cover that potential scenario.
Yep. Thank you.
And just to clarify, and I know you know this as well, but I'm just putting it out there, that the AMI meters that we get read just what is going through the meter, they're not spying.
Yeah.
They don't spy. They read the voltage and the amps out of them and then pick up Justin's water reads.
Good clarification.
All right. Anything else? All right, this is a voice vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right. Combined electric, water, and communications informational items.
All right, just have a couple of things. April 23rd, new trustee Gwen Schroeder is gonna tour our facilities. So she's excited to join, wants to get all up to speed on everything. And as we're taking her around, if anybody that hasn't gone in a while wants another refresher, we'll be taking the tour on the 23rd.
Or a last one. Or a last store.
I'm good. Farewell tour.
We're working through some of the city agreements. This morning I got our couple of attorney comments back on our fuel agreement, and I don't think there's anything substantive there, just a little cleanup work. So we'll bring that, if not at the 27th, it'll definitely be at the 11th. Also got some shared service stuff. There's a little more nuance there, and again, I don't that one I don't think we'll make it by the 27th, but I'll have that done by our May 11th meeting.
Can I request that you update us on the, kind of your discussions related to shared services at some point in the future?
Yeah.
Not right now, but.
Yep. We aren't going to be, with Justin's timing on his project, we won't need to amend our fiscal year 27 budget, so that's a lot of work we won't have to do coming up, exciting time. Our transmission asset opportunity is progressing.
I'm sorry, you meant fiscal 26 budget, right?
Yeah, fiscal year 26.
Yeah, I think you said 27.
27.
Okay, there's 26 on the page, it is definitely 26, 27 remains to be seen.
Yeah.
We won't be amending the 26 budget. Our transmission asset opportunity, we're working on the development agreements. They have selected the qualified developer. We don't have any public information to release yet, and they're working on those agreements. There are a couple of competing priorities they're trying to handle out or hammer out. So that's slowly but surely, we're still in the running, and as that's progressing, I do think we got a good qualified transmission developer, one that'll give us a great opportunity in the market. So fingers crossed. They were asking for some letters of support, so at our next meeting, we'll probably decide who the best, if you guys want to support something as a group, or if you want to support it as an individual, anything that you can do to kind of point out that this will be great for IMU to be involved in. And lastly, our next meeting is going to be on the 27th. We'll have some rate public hearings on there, and then our main meeting is May 11th.
That'll be 5:30 on the 27th.
Yep,
Normal
both
time.
of those normal time respectively.
Any other business? All right. This time I need a first and second motion to enter into closed session. Enter into closed session in accordance with Iowa Code 388.91 to discuss marketing and pricing strategies and proprietary information of the telecommunications division whose competitive position will be harmed by public disclosure that is not required of potential or actual competitors, and no public purpose is served by such disclosure. Motions.
Second.
And we'll get it here, heard as he promised.
Thanks, you guys. Roll call to enter.
Roll call.
Celebrate.
Yes.
White.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Boyce.
Yes.
You are in closed session. Thank you.
Thank you.